So, Nvidia reported earnings last night and they came out flat. Like it didn't really move much yesterday. But today it is starting to move. So, hence why the market is pushing up. It wasn't, Nvidia didn't really have any type of reaction. It went down a little bit, but um, I guess it's just moving up today. So if it continues to pump, it's definitely going to pump up the markets. And, we're just going to see that reflected here on like Qs, SPY, and DIA. They're just going to be moving upwards. So we're going to see if that is just going to continue today. So, and jobless claims or the unemployment report, it came out good. Like they said, they had the least amount of unemployment claims since March or May. So that's also positive news. Market is moving off of that as well. So, but of course, with this pre-market pump, it created some gaps. So we currently have almost a $2 gap on DIA. We have a $3 gap on Qs and a $3 gap on SPY also. And I know there was a gap from last Friday that we have that we could be in the middle of right now. You can go check it out. Yeah, it looks like there is a gap that we created last week that we're probably going to open up in. So we will have a gap above and below. So I do believe that gap probably goes somewhere around 509, 510, somewhere around that region. So definitely look out for that. Hey, what's up? All right, you guys, it does look like all of our time frames, they are bullish again, right? We're definitely above the 50 fibs, so, staying above those is going to keep us bullish, right? Um, we are opening up with a gap. We're opening up into a lot of demand zones and some big OIs that we need to be looking out for. So I do believe SPY's all-time high is around 600, and if you look at how much open interest is at 600, it's 76,000. That's the most on this whole sheet. Like that's the biggest level that's on this OI sheet today. So just letting you know, there can be a lot of turbulence, a lot of profit taking at that area. So just understand that if we do approach that area today, just understand that you could see a lot of profit taking, a lot of volatility, supply and demand. There's going to be buyers and sellers hanging out around there if we do get to that zone. So just understand that. Don't forget about that. It is going to show up on your charts. So just don't forget that this is a really big level. First, we do have to get to 595, but if we're able to get past that and move towards 600, just understand that 600 is a really, really big level. So for Qs, I know we're opening up around like 505, 506. So on the downside, we've got 500, around 24,000 open interest. Not really too much OI for Qs. 510 had 14,000, 508 had a little bit, but not really anything. It's a really big expected move, so we could be looking to have a big expansion day, right? So just keep that in mind. The normal expected moves are around $2. Today they're like double. So um, just understand that we could be having some big moves, and if we map that out right, if we kind of open around 505, 506, what's $5 plus 505, 506? That would take us to 510, 511, right? To the downside, that would take us somewhere around 500. So just understand that's how you use the expected moves. This is what the market makers are giving us. So um, and with the volume, it can definitely increase that expected move. So if we get to 510, 511, it's still showing $5 or $4, maybe we could move even more for continuation to the upside, or maybe we come back down that amount, right? Maybe we do come back down to where we open. So just be aware of these things for DIA. We've got 440, 441 had some. 442 had OI as well, but the delta was like so low, I just didn't include it because the delta was so low. But if that delta increases, then that will be valid too. On the downside, we've got 430 and 428 again. We've been sitting on these levels this whole week, so we could revisit that if it does start to come down. So these are just some things you guys got to be aware of. 590 for SPY, not as much as 585, but if we do fall under 5, if we come back down, we could see 590 again, right? And if we lose that, we could be looking for 585. So we'd have a lot of levels on the up and down side just to look out for this morning. We do have about 4 minutes before we open, so just make sure you guys have pasted in your scripts and just are aware of the levels that we have. All right, you guys, we've got about like 2 minutes left till we open here. We currently don't have any gold squeezes, so just low squeezes, which are the blue ones. So got about a minute here. All right, you guys, we've got about 30 seconds. Less than 10 seconds, you guys. We're about to get that opening bell. All right, there is the opening bell, you guys. Oh, we've got a call for hour here on DIA already at 4:36. And we just got that 1 minute arrow here on SPY. We are right in a supply zone here. Remember, we did gap up $3, so. And we're already under 506. Want to wait and see how the market settles. Got a P5 here on DIA. Got the 90 EMA daily right here. Yep, that 1 minute arrow sticking here. We've got I believe we closed yesterday at 590, so just want to wait how we settle here. And that other 61.8 fib is right here at 593.72. So if we can get above that, then we definitely have further confidence to make it somewhere around 595 first. All right. Is trying to hold on to 593 here, and Q's is still above that 505 level, still holding on to 506, and looks like it is trying to push here. DI's chain is pointed down, just got a little oversold in a 5 minute, right on top of that 90 EMA daily. If it can hold on the 435, it definitely can move up more, and looks like Q's is definitely starting to pick up the pace here, get out of this little zone here. I mean, 510 is the next big OI, right? We've got another 61.8 fib here at 507.43, so um, yep, just gonna wait for it to settle. It is moving pretty fast. Got the chain started to point down just a little bit. Probably a lot of profit taking for anybody who swung. Hey, what's up, Tala? Yeah, I was gonna ask about that. Yeah, I mean their earnings they weren't bad. When it was flat, I was like, well, there's no way it's just not gonna move. And lo and behold, we wake up today because it had some good stuff in the earnings too. So you would just think there's really no way. So sometimes they'll make you wait. It looks like we're starting to blow off some steam here. Remember, 505, a pretty big psych level, right? I do believe like all-time highs is right under 515. So 505 didn't really have any OI even weeks out, which was kind of crazy. So want to see if we can hold on to 505 or if it's just going to fill this small gap and get back to work. Just got to see what it wants to do here. Yep, we've got SPY coming down. We saw that 1 minute arrow, right? It's stuck at a little supply zone. So if it comes back down, remember that gap, guys, is right here around 590, right where this 90 MA daily is. So looks like it's trying to fill that gap. Yep, here it comes, you guys. Big candle here. Look at Qs as well. Got the 1 minute arrow. We had DI open up with the chain pointed down, had the P5. Now we're getting a little oversold here. Right on that 9 EMA daily. Look at Qs. You've got SPY. I mean, if it tries to fill the gap, it'll just come down to like 590, somewhere around in this zone. Yep, there's the P5. We're crossing down here for SPY. Remember, we have a $3 gap. Looks like, let's see what happens when we get to 590 here. Qs as well. We had that $3 gap. Somewhere right around 503, 502. It should be filling there. Yep, SPY's still coming down. We've got DIA just sitting right on this 9 EMA daily. Do have some demand here around 434, and Qs is continuing to come down here. Got that 200 SMA right here, a couple pivots, and the 21 EMA daily is sitting right at 500. And look at SPY right to that 9 EMA daily. Yep, Qs is right underneath that 9 EMA daily. We should get a signal as soon as we cross down. It looks like it's about to cross here, so we should get some type of signal here for Qs. Got DI under that 9 EMA daily. Got SPY sitting right on top of it. But we want to see if we can hold on to this 590. Pretty big area here. Has anybody taken anything yet, or you guys are just waiting for it to settle? I'm just waiting. Yep, here's 590. Got the P5 here. And we just bursted through that 590. We are at 589 right now for SPY. DIA, now we have some gold squeezes going on. A little bit of contraction this morning. Yep, there's that P5 we were talking about, you guys. Looks like the momentum kind of just took a turn to the downside here. Yeah, we are coming down, you guys. Oh my goodness, look at 500. Just got to put 4 hour. That is crazy. Look at the change of momentum here on the chains. It just very, very overextended this morning. And we are definitely under that first big zone of 590. We were talking about this, you guys. We have that 61.8 fib here at 587.76. And right under that is the 21 EMA daily. Has anybody taken anything? You guys are still waiting? Okay. Yeah, there's that put 4 hour again. Now we're underneath the 21 EMA daily here. You guys see on DIA, we just pierced through that 9 EMA daily. Now we're in this supply zone, a little bit of supply and demand. So if it does start to come down even more, we've got the 21 EMA daily right here at 432. Just got a little oversold here. Definitely filled those gaps we created. That's for sure. But we do have the chain still pointed down right now. Then we've got a SPY a little oversold. It's probably going to come retest this 590 level. All those signals disappeared here on Qs. Remember, we did just start to form these gold squeezes. We've got a 4 hour squeeze as well, so looks like our range is all the way to 506 on the top side, and on the downside we've got 496. And there's 502 already. Yep, sitting right on top of that 50 fib here for Qs, right on top of the 21 EMA daily. Chains are still pointed down, but we have filled those gaps that we created. Yeah, we just hit that first expected move here on SPY. That was very, very fast. We've got that 61.8 right at 587, so I want to see what happens there. But looks like Q's is really trying to hold on to 500 right now. That put 4 hour keeps going in and out. Looks like Q's is trying to rebound here. SPY might be making its way back up to 590. We did fill that gap to the downside. Yeah, it looks like we did fill that gap that we made last Friday too. We opened up and just kind of filled it and then came back down. So sitting right on this demand zone, you guys can see. So I would say like next area, if we start to move up, like I know that expected move is probably somewhere around 595. Let's see where we are. Yep. Just got under that Ichimoku for SPY too. So if it just cannot get back to 590 and come back up, we've got 21 EMA daily right at 586 if it just cannot get back up. And for Qs, we hit the first expected move for Qs as well, so somewhere around like 496 if it just continues to come down. If it breaks this 50 fib, it's probably going to come down. Yep, here comes SPY. We just got back to 590, retesting the 90 EMA daily. Want to see if we can get back above this area. There's a little bit of a demand zone, so if we can just come back up and reclaim 590, should start to move back up. Looks like Qs is coming back up too. We plowed right through that 9 EMA daily, so we'd like to see us get back above that. And DI is already back above that 9 EMA daily over there, so just want to see what it's able to do here. We're already back under 590 here, just in and out. Yeah, looks like SPY is back to this 590. Pretty big area for it. Q's already starting to push back up here, but chains are still pointed down, so you guys can see how small these squeeze bands are in the background, like those gold squeezes they just formed. They're so thin. Looks like they formed around like 9, probably like a little blue squeeze, and then got some. Once we opened, they were just gold. Yeah, very very small. But this is exactly why I like to wait. I don't like to just take calls at the open, or because in this scenario, right? Q's almost back to this 90 MA daily here. A lot of big supply and demand zone. We've got that 50 fib right around 504, and the 61.8 sitting right at 507. So I want to see if we can get back above at least the 50 fib here, just for some more continuation. And DI is back above 435, right? We were kind of waiting for this. Yep, here's 503 for Q's. Would like to see us get back above this 90 MA daily here. We're still pointed down on the chain, but we'd like to see us kind of turn back around. Now we're starting to move a little faster. Back above that 90 EMA daily for SPY as well, right on top of this demand zone here. So if we can just hold above here, we should start to get some upside. Yep, there's 591. Yep, we're starting to move pretty fast here. Yep, now we're just sitting around this 90 MA daily. It's still not even 10, so we have about 10 minutes until smart money pours in, so. Has anybody been able to take anything, or you guys are still waiting? I'm still waiting to see like what it wants to do. Yeah. But it's just Yeah, it's when we open up with a gap like that, it's just a little problematic because I mean, there's some scenarios where it gaps up and it just keeps going that direction, like it just keeps moving, but then there's other times when you see that hesitation of it just to keep moving higher because if this gapped up, think about all the other things that gapped up with it and they have this huge hole. So, sometimes they do have to fill it. They will fill it before it just continues. So, it's kind of why, I bet maybe people were just taking puts, banking that we're just gonna continue to dump down here, but um, sometimes it will trick you, so you have to be aware about it. Nope, yep. Q's got caught up here at this 90 MA daily. It's just having trouble getting back above it. Chains are still pointed down here, so look at SPY back to 590. You've got Q's already back into 502. DI is still holding on to 435, but looks like we might see 434 again. We got about 7 minutes until 10 o'clock, so let's go check out Q's here. Yep, it could be a bear flag here, you guys. If it just cannot get back above, it definitely looks like it could be forming a bear flag. We're still holding on to 590 for SPY and still at 435, 434 over here for DIA, but these 90 MA dailies are just a little problematic for us right now. Got 5 minutes till 10. We've just been sitting on this 90 MA daily, so we're still underneath it for Qs. Have not been able to clear that area. We're getting to the bottom of 502 here. We could dip back under. Yep, there's 501. So you guys can see like it just formed this 4-hour gold squeeze. On the 4-hour, you guys can see the bands. And we are in a bit of a supply zone. Still above that Ichimoku on the 4-hour, but you could definitely see there's some demand here around like right under 498, 497. Yep, this could be a bear flag here. If we get under this 21 EMA daily and get under 500, we could just start to come down a little bit. Yep. Morning. I do. Just want to let you know, like they don't want us to talk about anything that's like non like SPY Qs DIA related, but I do have some. Yeah, I do have some. Yeah, I've been investing for like 6, 7 years, so I definitely have been in the game. So I got some. Oh, we've got less than 10 seconds till 10. Man, we had a big move when we opened, and now it's just a little. Now here comes this 21 EMA daily here for Qs. DI has still been sitting in the same range here, so it's still above that 90 EMA daily here, but we're starting to pick up some speed here on Qs and SPY. We lost that 590 area. So we got those fibs down here, that 61.8 around like 587 and the 50s down here. So that's exactly where that squeeze band is too. We've got so many levels down there. Oh my goodness. Did anybody grab puts by chance? Because these chains have been pointed down. I'm just trying to see if we lose that 500 level. Yep, here's that put 4 hour signal just came back again. This is like the fourth time it's came back. Oh, here's the 500, you guys. We were talking about this pretty big level. Got the put 15, the put 4 hour came back. We were here already early this morning, but we propped back up. Want to see if these signals will stay right under that 21 EMA daily. So we have some levels that we could drop to. Yep, there's 499 here. So we do have some supply and demand around like 497, right? 496 had a little bit of OI. 495 has some OI here. If we lose this 500, we could be coming down. Looks like it's trying to hold up. We're getting to the bottom here at 500, you guys. We were talking about these big OIs. Look at SPY. We've got that 61.8 fib right here at 587. You guys, we are dropping under 500 here. Look at these signals. Anybody got any puts? Looks like 500 is still trying to hold on here. We might be testing that 500 again. Here comes 500, you guys. Was anybody able to grab anything? I know those signals, they came and then they disappeared, so we really just need this 500 to break here for us. Still have these 1, 2, and 4 hour squeezes just freshly formed. So if these don't happen to break, first half, maybe second half, but that 4 hour, if it persists, it could be all day. But it looks like the 4 hour is down here to 496, so we do have some demand over there. So it makes sense if we do come down. Yep, in and out with the 500. Here comes 499. We did lose that 590 level here on SPY, and this 500 is just really problematic here for Qs. It just does not want to lose it. There's 499, you guys. We definitely hit that first expected move. Yep, here comes those signals again. Did anybody grab puts? Okay. Yep, those signals went away again. This 500 level is just super sticky. Yep, here they came. Those that put 1 hour. We came back up right for Q's to that 503 area right around that level, and it just could not get back above. So that kind of was a telltale sign that, hey, we could have some more downside here. It's still relentless with this 500 area, so this is a lot of buyers and sellers here. Want to see if these signals can stick for us. Yep, those signals are trying to stick here. Put 1 hour, we have the put 4 hour, put 2 hour here. Right, we're crossing down this 50 fib right on top of the 50 here. If we do break under that, we could start to see more downside. Probably get around like 497, 496. And on SPY, we are right on top of that 61.8 fib. So we've got about $1 left to go to get to it. But yep, Qs is starting to come down, you guys. DIA is still holding on to this 90 MA daily here, but if you're in puts, definitely good job. Yep, Qs is starting to come down now. Kind of relentless with the 500 level, so it's just in and out. Hopefully these signals will stick here. Yep, this 500 level is super sensitive. Remember, it's just sitting right on that 50 fib, so, I mean, as long as it's holding that, it's not gonna... If it breaks that, then we'll start to come down, but, you know, and we're still in the range of that squeeze as well. These signals are just in and out right now, so it just really needs to leave this 500 zone. I had a quick 40% on mine. Q's got a little oversold here. Back to the 500 level. This is just a big level, so we definitely need to break this and hold for more downside. Well, DI just got that 1 minute arrow, so I mean, this 500 level here for Qs is a really big level, big psych level. That was where our first expected move was. These signals keep disappearing and reappearing, so hopefully they can stick so we could see some more downside here. Kind of being held up by this fib currently. We need to break through this to see some more downside. We still have these gold squeezes to worry about, so until we fire, we're just going to be in the contraction of the bands. So, and SPY is kind of having trouble just leaving this 9 EMA daily. We hit that first expected move pretty fast, but it's really just holding up right now. Yep, we're already back to 500. Just be careful, you guys. Looks like DI is trying to push up, and SPY might just come back to this 590 area. Now, remember, you guys, we were talking about this 500 area, so had to be super careful. Hopefully, you guys collected some profit. I had a quick 40%, but remember, we're also in expansion. I mean, in contraction, so it's not. Typically, they don't break when they first form, and we were worried about those signals. They weren't really sticking, right? So, if you caught it late, you might have not been able to get as much ROI, but if you played off of this rejection of this 90 MA daily, then we were coming back down to 500. That was super fast. I mean, just seeing how that 500 level is holding up, that 50% fib is right underneath it. It wicked it and came back up. Same thing over here. It looks like I think for SPY, we ended up getting under 588 just a little bit, or very, very close, but that's 61.8 fib. So, and now we got this P15 here for Qs again. But you guys see how fast that we can move within these bands when we have contraction. It's just more volatility. So you just kind of have to be in and out with your plays until we break. This 590 area for SPY is super sticky. Same thing for Qs. Looks like we came back up to that 200 SMA, and I think the Ichimoku is somewhere around this area. I can't really see it, but got back to this pivot, and now it might just come back down to this 21 EMA daily if it cannot sustain. Got DIA being a little overbought here. It got to 436, but it just could not. We see the ADX kind of turning around here, but no strength just yet. A little bit of strength poured in here for SPY and Qs. We saw that big pop, but it's still, it went up to 502, came back down, so I want to see if we can make it back above. Look at SPY, it's just sitting right on that 9 EMA daily. It just cannot get away from it. We could start coming back down. If you guys check out those higher time frames for Qs, you can just see how big this 500 level is. I mean, the 50 fib is right under it, but it's just every time we get here, we kind of get caught up and we always come back down and bounce off of it. So there's just a lot of buyers in this area. So that's kind of the reaction we got there. Just super fast, just got pushed back up. Really crazy. Look at DIA already back at 436. You've got SPY still hanging around 590. It's just in a really big demand zone right now. Chains are finally starting to curl down just a little bit. They were pointed down for the longest time, but it looks like 500, it just could not break 500. So if it moves from a level to another level, so if it bounces, it came back up to where it was sitting for a while, 502, 503. So if it does get past this 90 MA daily, it could come back up somewhere around 505, 506. That was very fast. Now we're back at 500 again, so and Q's is coming back down again to the 500, bottom of 500 again. It could not get back up there. Just way too much going on over there. But if it gets under this low, like under that 50 fib again, it could come down. It's just a lot of turbulence. I want to see if it can just, break and close under there so we can just move down. Here comes SPY again. Lost 590 again. We're moving to the bottom. Oh, there's 499. And it's starting to move fast here. Remember, we were expecting a lot of volatility. Those signals came back. Yep, the put 1 hour came back. That put 4 hour with the MACD came back. Sometimes you just have to wait for it. There's going to be reactions when we first get to a level, but it just was never able to make it back. And it was making, right, we made a low here, made another, um, what was it, like a higher low, right? Came back up, just could not get past that. Ichimoku is right here at 200 SMA. And where is it going to go back to 500? So now the big question is like, can we break 500? Because if we do, we're going to come down more. But it just is holding up for right now. So same thing on SPY. Like it's been hovering around 589. Now it's finally under the Ichimoku. So if it holds under here, it's going to move lower, right? So it's just a matter of time. Now this 500 is just a little problematic. It keeps going back and forth. So would like to see it just close under 500 so we can start to come down a little bit more. But it's just, you guys can see there's just a lot of buyers and sellers just fighting back and forth. So want to see who's going to win this 500 level. If we could just, get more downside and just hold underneath it. That's what we're really looking for. Yep, there's the put 5 here on SPY. Might see 588. There's the put 15 came back. Yep, sitting right on top of this fib for Qs. Would like to see us get under it. Did anybody hold on to those puts? I sold one, but I kept my other two, and now they're back up. So sometimes you just have to be patient. Okay. Yeah, mine are back at 40% instant. Like it just is. I know price is moving back and forth really fast, but yeah, we were talking about this, you guys. That 500 level really big. Look at that fib. Now we're starting to try to cross down this fib here. Signals came back, right? This is what we were talking about. Got some demand around like 496, 497. DIA got the 1 minute arrow. We just need to get past this 9 EMA daily. There is some supply over here around 434, so we're just gonna have to break through this to move lower. Did anybody else hold on to those SPY puts? I mean Q puts or any puts? Yeah, I sold one, but then I said, you know what? I just it's not able to come back and, you know, I was really looking for this 500 level to be broken. It, came back, tried to get to the 90 May daily, couldn't even do that, and now it's coming back down. So thank God. Anybody else get in, or did I would understand like why you would sell, but sometimes you do have to wait. Like it's just these big levels, you're gonna see reactions like that. I would definitely expect buyers to be hanging around. You said you're in Q puts? Oh man. Okay. Yep, yep. Ooh, I just hit 100. Anybody else in? I know a couple people were in. I know some people sold, but let's go. Yeah, I am. I'm using Robinhood. What you can do is if you're trying to get in, um, it's not filling. So when the price moves super fast, you have to. Did you try resetting it? Oh, oh, hold on. Let me check. You said in the trading chat? Oh my God. Does it let you replace the order? I would contact the support. Keep the screenshot. Keep the screenshot because they'll refund you for that. They will. Yeah. Yeah, they will. They will. Keep the screenshot. Yep. Yeah. Just keep the screenshots because they have to refund you because that's on them. So just take more screenshots and then just hit support up. You can go to like the help section. You can either request a call or just, text them through the chat bot, but they definitely have to help you with that because that's on them. Yeah, that's on them. So, yeah, yeah. Yeah, just sign up for that. Yeah. Damn, that sucks. I'm sorry about that. Oh no. Yeah, yeah, that might be why. It could be. No, no, no. Just keep the screenshots so you can send that information back to them because yeah, we don't like anybody playing with our money, right? So, all right, you guys, we got a little oversold here. Kind of the same area where we had this reaction yesterday, right? Want to see if we can just continue to move down here. You guys can see how price action is just picking up speed, right? It's just really volatile today. We had Nvidia, they had big earnings. They didn't they did good, but if Wall Street is just doesn't if there's just one thing they don't like about it, they're gonna give it, they're gonna dump it or push it down. So, that's why I don't really recommend to play earnings. It's just, you know, you can't beat Wall Street. Just got a little oversold here, still pointed down. If you guys check out SPY, we're right on top of that 60, that golden fib. And you got DIA just right on top of that 9 EMA daily there. Let me go ahead and check. Wow, it slapped perfectly on that demand zone I drew right here. Same thing from yesterday. Once it got down here, it just got pushed up really fast. It's just horrible, but yep, right now we're sitting on a really big demand zone, you guys. So same thing with 500. We're gonna need to get past this area. We did make a new low, right? After we tested 500 so many times, now we're 497, 498. So this is just the next area where we have to get under, right? There is a little bit of OI at 496, so you guys should have it show up on your charts. And then, of course, 495 we have, and right under that, we've got that 90 MA weekly. So we're right on top of that golden fib for SPY. Would need to break under that, and right underneath that is that 21 EMA daily. So, and we still have DIA just hovering around this 9 EMA daily. It just has not been able to break it. Chain's been starting to point up here. And look at this, Q's trying to rebound here. Already back to 499. We're still in these squeezes at the moment, so when we're in these squeezes, like when we have contraction, you definitely got to expect some volatile price action. And we saw that reaction at 500, so just be aware you could see this type of price action the whole day. Just a lot of spikiness. So just watch your contracts. I wouldn't really advise to leave if you have something open. Just make sure you're monitoring it because we're moving really fast today, and just one candle could take you down. So just be aware of that. DI is back at 435. Remember, this is this 90 MA daily. We definitely need to get under it. We just caught some strength on the chain, no longer in that 2 hour gold squeeze, still in the 4 hour gold squeeze here. So Q's is already back at 499. So if we're thinking about like, hey, where could this go? Remember how hard it was to get out of 500, right? So 500, it could just want to go back there. So yep, already 498 again, just moving super fast right now. Yeah, I bet your guys' contracts are just moving around. Mine my Q puts, they went to like 18%. Now they're back at 67. So we've kind of already got an idea of how price action is going to move today. Just super volatile, super fast. So just manage those contracts and understand it's just going to be moving really fast today. No matter what you're in, it looks like the whole market's just moving like that. So just be aware of that. All right, you guys. So if you're in Qs, currently we're around the bottom of 498, right? So, I mean, 496 has some OI, then we've got 495, and 490 ultimately has a lot, right? So if we end up firing out of these squeezes, we'll expand, right? And if we fire down, we'll expand down and look to hit some of those bigger OIs. But until we break out of these squeezes, we just kind of have the range to play with, and looks like we're just getting slowing down around this 498, 497. So we do need to break out of this zone to move lower. And currently we're under that 50 fib. We're sitting right on top of that 61.8 for SPY right now. So yeah, go ahead. Is that Paco? Okay. 496. Is it on my charts or on yours? Do you have your time set up right, like on the are you on like the 30 day or the 5 day? Like you're on the 5 day. Send me a screenshot. Let me see. It could be a pivot. If you right click it and go to edit studies, it'll tell you what it is. Um, mhm. Yeah. 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 Anything you can just right click it and it should show up. I'm resetting mine. Sometimes my flexible grids they don't load. All right, you guys. Looks like we are still at the bottom of this 498. Have not been able to get out of it, but it could be forming a bear flag here. So if it just stays around this area, we could see a new leg down. There is some demand sitting right around 496. So same way how yesterday when we got there, it just shot back up. We're in the same area that it did that, so just be careful. And we still have DIA just trying to push up here. It's just really indecisive. Has just been chopping all morning. So remember, after we chop around for a while, we'll get a move. So Yeah, we were talking about this fast moving price action. It's already came back to that 499. Remember, we do have that big level at 500, so it's not the easiest thing to leave. We started to turn around in the chain here just a little bit, just a little slow down. Could need to cool off. It did come down a lot since we opened. Got DIA trying to push up here. If Q's does start moving back up, we could be headed towards that 500 area again. Remember, we're still in these squeezes, so until we break, we're just going to be playing within the range. Yep, Q's might be headed back to that 500 area. It's sitting right on that fib right now. It might just break back up. Yep, it's trying to come back up. We've got DIA. It just never was able to break that 90 MA daily, and it's just trying to push up. So I'm just watching Q's right now. Yep, here comes Q's, you guys. It's starting to just move really fast. Q's might be headed back to 500. It's starting to move in that direction, you guys. So, I mean, we were talking about this. We kind of knew exactly where it would come down to first, and it's still in the squeezes, right? That 4 hour band is sitting right at 496, so we're still in contraction. Here comes Q's, you guys. We might see that 500 level. And there's 500 again. We already got back to 500. We've got DI with that call 5, so SPY could be headed back to 590. Those are the big levels we are talking about this morning. It's just the price is just going to be attracted to those levels, so just got to be careful. call 15 here for DIA, and SPY just hit 590 again. Looks like we're just coming down to the bottom of 500 again. So it's just a lot of buyers and sellers here. So it's just basically a battle right now is what we're seeing. Them just going back and forth. Here comes Q's. It's just hanging around 500 right now. This is just a really big level, supply and demand, just right here. Really big psych level for us. I mean, look at all this open interest, right? 24,000. Lot right there. And if we check the expected move, we still have $3.37 for today. We hit that first expected move, right? So, I mean, we could just come back up to where we opened at or come back down to or revisit or, see 495. But it looks like we're this 500 is just too big of a level. And we already got back to 590 as well for SPY. So, I mean, if we want to check SPY, $3 left for SPY. So that could take us same where we open at 593. If we come down, we should be around 587, 586. Then we've got DIA starting to climb here. It caught some strength on the chain. Ever since it caught strength, it's just been moving. We got another signal here. At this point, I guess we just have to wait now. We still have like 40 minutes till retracement period. It's just we're just chopping around now. And now we're seeing Q start to move. We could get a cross up here, you guys. 501. We just got back to that 21 EMA daily, and now we got that 1 minute signal here for SPY. So it could be trying to cross back up into this demand zone here, right at that 9 EMA daily. And look at DIA. This thing has just been moving up, right? We could see 437 really soon. You can't sell it? Yeah, my Robinhood is acting weird too. Like I sold, but I can see my settled funds, but it's under the options, it's they're not disappearing. So I think it could be when there's just too much volume in the market, like too many people using this, every Nvidia had earnings, right? There were so many people looking at that. The market's probably just glitching. Brokers, I don't think we're the only broker that's doing that, but I know Robinhood had a bunch of news around them, so, they're also including cryptos and stuff, so I can imagine the traffic that they're having on their app alone, so it probably is just super chaotic, but definitely keep those screenshots so you can get your money back. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, definitely keep that in the screen recording. Yeah, it's normally when you're up a lot that you can't sell. It's never when you're down. Are they responding to the support ticket? Oh, okay. All right, you guys, we did speak about this. That 500 level. Remember, we came down, filled the gap. We still continue to move down. Got to 497 here for Qs. Got right into this demand zone, right where we hit yesterday, and we just moved back up. So, and we still never broke these squeezes, so we can't just assume that we're gonna break, right? And we were talking about price action moving super fast, so we saw it move back to 500 and now it's already up $2 more in the span of what 10 minutes. So this is definitely the type of price action we're getting for the rest of the day. Just be aware, whatever you're in, it's going to be moving fast. So you have to be in and out. Just collect your profits, take profit, right? Take your profits. And if we do completely cross up here for Qs, we should get a signal like a C5. And we see those put signals, they disappeared, right? As soon as we got into that 50 fib and came back, got a little oversold, it just could not drop anymore. Got a little overbought here on DIA, got into a bit of a supply zone here, supply and demand, right on that 50 fib as well for DIA. I mean, if it does break this 437, we could be looking, the expected move is right under, what is this, like 440, right under 440? Could be around like 439. So this is definitely, if you're watching DIA, I mean, and you're in SPY, we just got some more signals as well, so we could be moving back up. We should see a signal here soon for Qs. Yep, we're approaching that 9 EMA daily. We had a lot of problems here earlier. This is the area where we got to and just could not get back above. So this is the next test, right? All of this is just supply and demand. So a lot of turbulence we could see here. It's also where the top of the bands are, where that squeeze is. So, it's definitely going to see some turbulence here. A lot of, buyers and sellers waiting at these zones. So just be careful when we get up here. And no longer in that 1 or 2 hour squeeze, that gold squeeze for SPY is gone. Now we just have that 4 hour. It looks like the bands are somewhere around like 593-ish. And look at DIA, you guys. This thing is just plowing through that 50 fib. Caught strength in the chain. It's just been moving up since. Q's is getting really close to that 9 EMA daily. It's still been under this Ichimoku the whole time, so if it breaks back above that, it could be, some more strength, more momentum just pouring in here. Seeing some strength just come in on the chain, starting to turn around. All right, Q's is starting to move again. We've got DIA almost getting to that 438 zone. So we don't really start to pick up with OI until 440. I know that expected move is right underneath 440. So 441 has some. 442 also had some, but it just had a really small delta, but that probably has changed now. And looks like, yeah, we could be seeing a signal here soon from Q's. We should be getting a C5 soon. Yep, there goes a call 15 here for SPY. I'm assuming that's like a call 5 behind there. Yep, there's the C5. Came right back to this other 50 fib. So if we get back above 592, then that'll just confirm that we're just going to keep moving up. Did get a little overbought here on both SPY and Qs, so would like to see SPY get above 592, and Qs definitely needs to get back above this 90 MA daily. But the chains, we did just catch strength here for SPY. We haven't really caught anything yet for Qs, but once this does pick up, we'll probably see some more momentum just push in. Yeah, we should get a signal very, very soon from Qs. And here comes SPY, you guys. Remember, we're looking at that 592 area, getting back above that fib. And if it stays there, we should just continue to move up from here. So, I mean, that next big OI is 595. So as long as we can hold above this 592, we will continue to move up. And DI just got that 438. So, I mean, if we're just, from OI standpoint, it should, if it keeps moving, it can get to 440. Did support have to contact you? Wow. Wow. Mm. Oh yeah, we'll definitely take that. Hopefully that never happens again. Yeah, I know Riggs likes to call it robbing hood. So yeah, yeah. I mean, there's no other broker where you can do instant deposit, instant withdrawal that I know of. So like, you know, that's the only thing that keeps me. I don't like Webull. It doesn't give me any fills. I can't. It won't let me get into any trades that move. Only like the trashy trades. And I'm like, well, nothing I can do here. So it's kind of why I just went to Robinhood. Mhm. Yeah, I honestly don't know. It was happening to me for a straight month, and I was like, well, I tried it, and it just wasn't working. So, I mean, some people they prefer TOS. They use all these other brokers. So I just Robinhood hasn't ever given me any issues. So yeah, I heard those fees are just. I don't even think it's. I don't know. Unless you're making a lot of money on there, it's just those fees are gonna upset you. So I don't do market fill. I just go and do it myself. I find like the market fill or you'll have to wait till it gets to that price, but I just go and auto do it by myself. I'll adjust the bid and ask so I don't have to worry about it. If you just adjust it, if you see the price is moving super fast and you're like, I want to get out of this trade, and let's say if you're in puts and it starts turning around, just adjust it like 3 cents and it'll autofill you. But if you don't adjust it, then I mean, what if it never comes back down to that level after you set it? And then you're just gonna have to wait. So I just, yep. All right. You too. I'll see you later. All right, you guys, we do have less than 20 minutes for that retracement period, but same thing we're talking about. SPY, we need to get above this 592, just above this other 50 fib, and for Qs, this 90 May daily. It's just this is the second time or third time. I mean, first we could see here we came down, came back up, right? Just could not stay above it, and now we're here again. Even though we do have a dollar here, it wicked here, came back down. So ultimately we need to get past this, and the Ichimoku is right there as well. So if we cross up that, most likely going to start moving back up. We could move into the range of like 505, 506, but it's just chopping around right now. After these big moves, the price does have to settle. Remember yesterday we did consolidate during the retracement period, and we still are in contraction right now. So just be aware if it just continues to chop and moves within a small range, I would just come back second half. That's probably when stuff is going to ramp up again. Um, could it move during retracement period? It could, but if it just continues to trade in this small little, just continues to trade into a range, then it's probably going to break. Maybe second half will either come back up or come back down, test the 500 zone again. So, um, same thing for SPY. I mean, that other 50 fib is right here, so we need to get back above 592. Um, so it's just a waiting game at this point, but just be aware price action is moving very, very fast today. So if you're up, don't just be greedy and be like, oh no, I want to get maybe 300% or 500%. What if it rejects right under that and then you're never able to collect any money because you're just waiting. So just take the profits because I mean, we got down here. If you would have held puts, then we came down here again and we just have not come back under 500 cents. So, and this happened really, really fast. So just be aware that price action is moving really fast today. So definitely collect your profits. Here comes Q's again. We're gonna attempt it one more time. And SPY, look, we could be getting back to 592. Here's 592, guys. So if we can hold on to this, we are definitely going to be moving up. And look at DI. Remember, we're talking about some targets for DI. So 440, of course, is the first one, then 441, right? Just got the C5, so we officially have crossed up here. Finally got some strength on the chain after we've been waiting all morning long for this. Yep, there's 592. We're starting to move, you guys. Got the C5 here, so very close to 503. And DI is still moving up, so it's looking good right now. We did get back into that 1 and 2 hour gold squeeze here for SPY, so a lot of contraction. Yep, look at SPY already dipping back under 592. Q's very, very sensitive, just can never get back over this Ichimoku. So look at Q's. I mean, it's just dropping back. We saw 501, but 502 is trying to hold right on this pivot here. So it looks like it doesn't want to lose 502, but it's just getting very close. Really, really indecisive right now. And Q's might be dipping back under. Yep, there's 501. That C5 is gone. And we were talking about SPY needed to get back above that 592 and hold, and it just could not hold on to it. And now DIA is back under 438. We got a little overbought here on the 5 minute for SPY. We're still pointed up right now, but it just looks like it just cannot. 592 might just be too much for it, or maybe second half. But as the closer that we get into the retracement period, we should see volume start to slow down. So um, we do know our levels. So if you guys are going to continue trading out throughout the day, make sure you're looking for 592 just for some more continuation here. But this is just currently the next area we need to get over to continue to move up. And if we do come back down, I mean, the first area we look into is that 90 MA daily right around that 590 area. And if it breaks that, we'll be looking for this golden fib here at 587. And looks like Hughes is trying to get back here. That C5 came back, still showing some strength on the chain. We're still pointed up here for SPY, so here's another attempt for that 592. Remember, all we need to do is just get above there and hold it for more confluence to move up. So that's all we need just to move up here. And here comes Q's. DI is already back to 438 now. It's just been pointing up basically the whole morning. I mean, we're pointed down, and then as soon as we turned back around, got some signals here crossed up, it's just been moving up ever since. So, I mean, if it does keep this up, it could get to 440. The expected move is right at 439.76. So, and Q's is just kind of stuck around this area. So, we're going to consolidate, and then we'll see a pop. So, um, like we've seen the rest of the day, you guys see just down here, you know, price was staying really close in a range, and then it popped and it came back up. So now we just need to see if it's going to be able to get back above this 90 MA daily just for continuation. Here comes Q's. We could see 503, and there's 592 back on SPY. So now we just need to hold on to this. There's 503 for Qs, you guys. So we're headed towards this 90 MA daily. And SPY well above 592. So as long as we, hold on to this 592, we're just going to continue to push up here. And look at DIA. This thing is just continuing to move here. And looks like Q's just got back under that 503. We still have the chain pointed up here. Still got some strength. Had the C5 started to come back up. And SPY still trying to hold on to 592 right now. There's 503 again for Qs, you guys, and SPY is starting to push here. We do have DI just been gradually moving up. And Qs, remember, we've got this 90 MA daily right here under 504. So let's see what happens when we get here. This is just the big test for us. You guys see SPY caught up some momentum here. As soon as it got above that 592, it's just getting pushed up here. Got DIA continuing to move and more from Qs as well, right? It's approaching this 90 MA daily here. Got some strength on the chain. Had the C5. We got crossed up here. Now for SPY, if we just continue this, we could be looking. There's another golden fib here at 593.72, and then we have 595, that bigger OI, right? So we're kind of looking at these zones, and for Qs, we do have that 505 area, definitely 506 from where we opened up at, and we're still going to be in those squeeze bands even if we get there. So with the expected move for today on the upside is 511. So if we do happen to break out second half, which would be pretty huge, this is a massive move to 511 if this happens, right? But first, of course, we'd have to get to 505 and all those levels before. But, if that does happen, we could see that. And for SPY, that expected move is above 597. So, as long as we keep moving in this direction, we've got these levels to look out for. Here comes 504 for Qs. And SPY, we're super close to 593. DI is slowly moving up here. There's 504, you guys. We just got another signal. Looks like we got a call 30 here from the MACD crossing. Another call 30 on SPY. So if you did miss that dump earlier in the day, you could have caught this run up here. Just getting a little overbought here. All right, you guys. It is 11:31, so I'm gonna go ahead and conclude the live.